Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome here to Pole Day qualifying for tomorrow afternoon's Thanksgiving 250. You'll see at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, here on the Blue Hedgehog TV as we're ready for the third annual event of this race. Getting ready to run this deal. Of course, we have only run two races of the Thanksgiving 250 as here comes Luis Hernandez, the first driver out on the track. If you notice the dot next to Hernandez's last name, that tells you who would be eligible and who is ineligible for points. Mohammed Fauzi is the defending winner of the Thanksgiving 250 2 years ago. The inaugural winner of this race is Annie Winters. Of course, she is not in the field this season. Tell you how this format's working. We have go or go home qualifying, first of all, to find out the 7 drivers that will lock themselves into the show. That will be round number 1. Round 2 will have the other 35 drivers on track as they will get ready to run for the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. Luis Hernandez, a 37.826 for the year 1 Chevy Monte Carlo. There's Carlos Rodriguez, Kasumi Takashi. This is the 08. I'm going to pull up the entry list so I know. That's Tyler Carmichael. He'll try to attempt to qualify to make his debut in the number 08. That's Katsura Mirwez. Of course, he is going to be in the Busch Series for Season 2 coming up. He is just coming out on the track. So Carmichael, looking forward to seeing how he do. There's Jessica Miller, second-year driver. Carlos Rodriguez, also a driver, going to attempt to qualify to make his Winston Cup debut. It's just the Cup drivers this weekend. Nathan Hudson also going to be attempting to qualify. Same with Alina Ritchie. This 97, weird to see this car trying to attempt to qualify their way into the show. Summit Oscar in the 51, Katsumi Takashi in the 39, the fourth driver out of Chip Ganassi Racing. Haley Tikoto, good to see her back in the series. Taylor Valley should have an R next to her name. She's another driver who will attempt to qualify. We'll see her in the Busch Series next season. Callie Springer can also attempt to qualify for some races. Nick Batson, the 78. Bridget Thomas in the 23. Crystal Fontaine had a dismal Winston Cup season premiere last season. Look to bounce back this season. Hernandez von Rakowski, good to see him back in this series. Arena McShane in the 50. Jessica Shelton in the 91. Jesse Art, who has graduated up to the Busch Series, going to run a part-time Winston Cup schedule for Season 2 in the number 36 machine. Jesse not running for points. That's the thing about the dot in front of them. They're not running for points in the series. That's something new we're introducing next season. Ruby White in the 13. Mackenzie Thompson in the 33. Already mentioned about Jessica Miller. There's Ari Springer. Brenda Eveling, going to need to make the show. She's only 9th quickest. That's not going to cut it. Mohammed Fauzi, the defending winner of this event. Quentin Moore in the 89. Going to try to make the show. Priya McShane, the 34. Michael Brown, the 44, going to be in the Truck Series. Christian Williams going to be also in Trucks this season. That's why he's not eligible for points. Brooklyn Carter. He's got 0. Lena Ritchie. I believe we've gone through everybody, believe it or not. And it looks like we have. Boy, that tells you how fast I am. 44 currently the fastest. That's Michael Brown, a 36.700. Top 7 will advance into round 2 of qualifying for tomorrow afternoon's race for the Thanksgiving 250. I'm just getting this race out now so I don't have to deal with it. And of course, it is just the Cup drivers, the Winston Cup drivers for that series. Need to actually see if I have the Thanksgiving 250 logo. And apparently I do not. Right now, the 34, that is Priya McShane on the bubble. Trying to remember who's in the 08. That's Tyler Carmichael. Right now, he would be locked into the show. Katsura Mirmwaz, 97 of Lena Ritchie, 73 of Crystal Fontaine, Takashi, and the 34 of Priya McShane would be in the show as things stand. That will be for tomorrow afternoon's race. Oh, got a wreck. Quentin Moore's torn up. Looks like we had a wreck over here on... Oh, Jesse Art blew up. Oh, she got hit by the 97, who clips the 25 and the 89. So Lena Ritchie's going to a backup car. 78 goes to the top of the timesheets as I hit the wrong button. No, that's not the 78, you derping game. So now the 39's on the outside looking in. 23 also moved their way in. That is Bridget Thomas. 36, 664, excuse me. 97, I'd be concerned about a 36,766. 37,222, the slowest for the 00. And remember, we will not have another special event until the December holiday 500, which pole day qualifying will be on the 24th. The race on the 25th at a track to be determined. So we don't know where we're going to have pole day qualifying. So we're still trying to get the deals finalized. I'm the only one who does a December holiday 500. The good news is these drivers are using these cars for preseason. Down the final 30 seconds of the session. .39 now on the bubble by 2 1,000ths. That's Takashi. There she is. 36,774. That bumps the 73 on the outside looking in. That's it. If you're not on track, you're done. Jesse Art, too little too late for her to get on track to get a lap in. And the 39 has been bumped. Looks like the 27 got in. That's Katsira Ramirez. Or no, hold on. 73 bumped him out. So did the 97. That might have just done it right there, folks. Alina Ritchie gets in by the skin of her teeth. Nobody's going to improve. So Nick Batson, Michael Brown, Tyler Carmichael in his debut. Can't believe he made his debut. Katsira Ramirez, Bridget Thomas, Crystal Fontaine, and Alina Ritchie will get the final transfer spot into this race at Auto Club for the Thanksgiving 250. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not make this race, they will look to try to make one more preseason event before the second season of the Winston Cup Series. They are Arena McShane, Takasumi Takashi, Priya McShane, Luis Hernandez, Jessica Miller, big one there. Brooklyn Carter, big one there. Samad Oskin, Brenda Eveline. That's a shocker right there. She doesn't make the show. Carlos Rodriguez, Nathan Hudson, Hernandez Von Rakowski, Mackenzie Thompson, Jesse Art, Haley Tioko, Ari Springer, Jessica Shelton, Quinton Moore, Christian Williams, Callie Springer, Muhammad Fauzi, who is the defending winner of this race. He will not go back to back this year. Ruby White and Taylor Valley, those drivers, unfortunately for them, will fail to qualify and will have to try again on December 24th, 25th, which we have yet to determine what race track we will be at for that holiday, but we'll have to wait and see. We're going to take a commercial break, and on the other side of the break, we'll find out who will be on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's Thanksgiving 250. Don't go anywhere. Qualifying will continue here on the Blue Hedgehog TV. And welcome back to Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. It's now time for round 2 of qualifying to find out who will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race here at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. We have the 35 drivers that will be locked into the show for a season opener, joined by the 7 Go or Go Homers. And there's our first driver out on track. That will be Lucy Myers in the number 88 machine. She will be a rookie this season, graduating up from the Busch Series. Brad Blackman, also another driver graduating from the Busch Series to the Winston Cup Series for season number 2. Lucy Myers' first lap of the day will be a 37.564. Brad Blackman's already beaten that lap. All these other drivers are just setting their first official time lapse, so I wouldn't be concerned about that. 41 to the top of the timesheets. That's Ben Erickson. There he is, 37.403. With a Target Dodge out at Chip Ganassi Racing. Hannah Smith in the 48. Crystal Fontaine raced her way in. There's Nathan Orman. Reason Ormy has a spot is because he is replacing the now banned Zachary Taylor. 88 to the top of the timesheets. That's Lucy Myers. No surprise there. But don't worry, all these cars, if they still have ratings, I will fix them. It's just going to take some time to get it fixed. Make sure everybody is competitive. Ponzo Albanese, there's Luke Knight, Jacob Tutu, Ben Tennyson back for a second season, Monica Towns and Margaret Jacobs. That's Annie Crenshaw, Betty Johnson, the defending series champion Ponzo Albanese in the 11. Annie Thomas in the 42 moves over to Chip Ganassi Racing. Jerry Harvick. There's Annika Ritchie, the rookie in the Winston Cup Series after making the playoffs in the Busch Series. Leela Bakai, Bridget Thomas. Leela Bakai, the closest she will get to a home race. Ashley Horton, Vanko Seaman, Sean Art, Senor Sean, Betty Barrett, Annie Winters, Michael Brown. We met in Gorgon qualifying. Lucy Myers, Nick Batson, Brad Blackman, Alina Ritchie. There's Elena Aurora, Kevin Joseph, playoff contenders last season. Riley Anderson, Samantha Granger. This used to be the 30 ride. Now it's the 07. Drake Robertson making his rookie debut in the Winston Cup Series. Katsura Mirwes. Darby King driving for the Wood Brothers this season. Elizabeth Garner. Refresh my mind on this driver's name again. The 08, that's Tyler Carmichael. So I need to remember the T. Timmy Turner, another home driver. Jay Green, defending Busch Series champion. Michael Anderson's on pit road for an issue. Tatum Wright, Liliana Beta replacing Jessica Miller. Cody Smart, Jacob Tutu. Not sure what's up with the 20. He made a lap and then beeline for the pit lane. Like something's wrong with that 20. Yeah, he's got a problem. It's like he came to a... Yeah, he's got some issues. Not sure what's up with his car. Right now, he's not set a competitive time, which says to me, I wonder if there's some mechanical problems for the Joe Gibbs Racing Home Depot Chevy. That would be really weird for him starting in last if they do not get the issue fix on that 20 machine. Now he's coming back out on the track. Really, he's going to need to get a time on the board, a competitive time, because that first lap, 56.725, I wonder if he's got some mechanical issues. Margaret Jacobs, not a good qualifying effort. But the good news is we will have track position. Pit stops are going to be a factor. It will be a 2-stop race in tomorrow afternoon's race. Ponzo Albanese. And Tennyson's coming into the pits, make some adjustments. Let's follow the 20 as we're looking at Annie Crenshaw. And looks like Michael Anderson's issues have not been fixed. He's got a problem. I don't know what the issue is. Yeah, he's got some mechanical problems. Like something is definitely wrong. Yeah, he's going to come to a stop. And that's really a tough break for him. Yeah, so there's definitely problems with that 20. He's got some mechanical problems. There you see the 17 just blew by the 8. We're going to see a lot of that tomorrow afternoon. So it looks like the 20 is going to have to go to a backup car to see if they can get something fixed on that machine. And like I said, he's only run his, because his pit stall is behind the start-finish line. He hasn't gotten a competitive time on the board. Boy, that is not the way you want to start the second season if you're Michael Anderson for the Home Depot Chevrolet. Right now, he is the slowest. Right now, the 23 would be the slowest as far as the competitive times are concerned. Annie Thomas is going to come to pit road. Going by her was her girlfriend, Betty Johnson. I think something caught on fire on the 20 is why they went to a backup car to see if they can find some speed. Now he's on the grass, as we're looking at Michael Anderson to see if they have fixed whatever the issue is on the Home Depot Chevrolet. And looks like whatever they got fixed, they have now. It's like he'll be up to speed. So we'll see if he can get a competitive time on the board. Good thing it's a 15-minute session. If it was a 5-minute session, I'd be a little concerned about his car for tomorrow afternoon. 57.426. This will be a little bit of an improvement. Now we're going to see if he can finally get whatever the issue was. I mean, they really had to sort out some mechanical problems. Right now, he is the slowest of the drivers who have put out a time. The only thing is, Michael Anderson has not set a competitive time until now. It looks like they got the issue fixed. And his time on the board, 8:37.794. So, yeah, they definitely got some. They really got some work to do. So at least he's got a competitive time on the board. That is the good news. The bad news is he's still plumb last. Don't know if he's got a plug wire or if. Don't know if he's down a cylinder or if he's got a plug wire that's gone bad or if he's got a spark plug that's gone bad. That's a tough break for Michael Anderson. But at least the good thing is he did get a competitive time on the board. This is the fastest lady right here, Hannah Smith, a 36.347 for the Lowe's Chevrolet out of Hendrick Motorsports. She's going to come to pit road to make some adjustments. Already seeing a lot of drivers cracking into the 36s. But they will not be like that going into tomorrow afternoon's race where they're going to be all bunched up together. Jay Green, Senor Sean, 33rd quickest. Sean is the only Art sibling in the field because Jesse Art failed to qualify for this race. And of course, Sean will get the award, knowing him. I know Jessie is disappointed she's not going to make the show with her brother, but at least they have one more chance to possibly get on track. But we will see Jesse Art in the Busch Series, so at least Jesse Art has a championship to go for in the Busch Series. Really excited to see what Sean will do in the second season. Last season ran a Dodge. This year running a Chevrolet. It's like Sean's going to come to pit road, make some adjustments. Jay Green did not having a good qualifying, 37.481, just trying to find some speed. Of course, he's running a little bit slower. Cody Smart, 16th. He would start 16th tomorrow afternoon alongside Annie Thomas in the 42. Annie Thomas went to victory lane last season in this series, but wasn't high enough in points to have her win count for a spot into the playoffs as a 37.510 for the 20 of Michael Anderson. So he's finally getting some speed, but they're going to definitely work on that car tomorrow here at the track between now and tomorrow to find out what was the issue on the Home Depot Chevrolet out of Joe Gibbs Racing. And if I'm the 18 and the 11, I'd be a little concerned about that. Because remember, that is a teammate. Keep that in mind. Of course, the 18th, 18 is 7th. The 11 is 24th. So I'd be a little concerned about the Chevrolet camp tonight when these drivers get ready to go to bed tonight. Of course, all the drivers who failed to qualify, their haulers have already started to leave the racetrack. Our next special event will be the December Holiday 500. It will be just the Cup drivers that race weekend. And then the Craftsman trucks and the Busch will join the Cup drivers for our first race of the season. That will be at Coca-Cola Superspeedway. We'll have the Craftsman Truck Series on Friday. Craftsman Truck Series will run Fridays. The Busch Series races Saturday. The Winston Cup races on Sunday. As long as I don't run out of space, which, knowing my computer, it will make sure I run out of space. Just saying. Down to a minute and a half to go. I do not think anyone is going to touch the 36.347 for Hannah Smith, so she will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. Nathan Orman going to have his work cut out starting in 30th, but remember, 125 laps. Each driver's and 33rd quickest for Michael Anderson, so they definitely found some speed. Some of these drivers didn't have good qualifying efforts today. That's something they are going to need to do between now and tomorrow afternoon's race, which, by the way, that race will begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as Hannah Smith going by her teammate Nathan Orman. Down to the final 30 seconds of this session. You can also say this is the first special event of two. Remember, we just finished season 1 of the Winston Cup Series last week. And they're the only ones in action this weekend because Red Bull GT Series is off. And then they will resume their season next week. That's it. That's the session, ladies and gentlemen. Last minute times, the RCR gang looks pretty good. The 31 to 29, they're going to be on the second row of the grid. So it looks like Hannah Smith is going to start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. As you're going to look at the starting grid. Oh, and that temperature's on that number. Knowing that's going to be the truth. I'm going to go ahead and pause it now. As Hannah Smith will be starting on the pole position for tomorrow afternoon's race. They've really got that Chevrolet dialed up. Ben Erickson will be kind enough to be alongside her as he will share the front row. The RCR gang, the 31 to 29, picking up right where they left off after making the playoffs last season. That's Elena Aurora, Jacob Tutu. They will make up row number 2. Jerry Harvick, Vinko Seaman, row 3. Row 4 is Annika Ritchie and Ashley Horton. Betty Johnson, Liliana Beta will complete the top 10 in row number 5. Timmy Turner starting 12th. He is another hometown driver besides Nathan Orman. Annie Thomas good qualifying for her. Elizabeth Gardner good qualifying for her in her first Winston Cup Series event of her career. And through the rest of the qualifying results, Nathan Orman going to start 30th. The good news is this is a non-points race, so if I'm Ormy, I shouldn't be freaking out about starting 30th because remember, pitch strategy is going to come into play. Fuel mileage could come into play. Senor Sean, 35th. He's going to start tomorrow afternoon. So some of these drivers that are starting at the back of the field, I wouldn't be concerned because, you can pass. Fuel mileage is going to come into play. Tires are going to come into play. So if I'm those drivers starting at the back of the field, or at the rear of the field that didn't qualify well, like Ormy, Sean, I wouldn't be concerned because it's a long race, 125 laps. You can make up a lot of track positions. So I wouldn't be concerned about 29th on down. They got some work to do, but we're going to have a fun race tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Congratulations to Hannah Smith on the first pole of the preseason for the, we can officially say, the start of the second season of the Winston Cup Series. Can she turn that pole into a victory in the Thanksgiving 250? You have to tune in tomorrow to find that answer out. So until then,